Good afternoon, Team Ironside. This is Mrs. Ironside. So the folder, I purchased this on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I snuck to school. Shh. Yes, you can listen to music in the shower. That's fine, honey. Sorry. I snuck into school and color copied them for you. So they look like this on the front, and on the inside here is the word wall, and most of the words that we teach are on here. One thing you could have the kids do is look through their sight words that I sent them, the flashcards, and find each one. And if it's not on there, then they can write it on there, or you can help them write it on there neatly. And sometimes kids will use words all the time that are not on here. Like house is not on the H, so there's room to put it here. But I also did this. So there's empty. So right under H, they can write house, and they can use that all the time, where it's not one that's, considered a high frequency here, but you use it a lot. So feel free to add it. The alphabet is here. There's another one here too, but I mean, that's fine. And then on the back, days of the week, months of the year, shapes. A lot of kids did not know a lot of basic shapes. I was really surprised. So the 2D shapes, you can help them know those are flat. Those are just ones that are on paper or just flat shapes. Now these 3D shapes, you could actually put things inside of them. Like this is like the rectangular prism is like a tissue box. This is the cube. Cylinder, like a soda can, a soup can, a pyramid. Now, we don't do so much the triangular prism, pentagonal prism, or the hexagonal prism in kindergarten, but they're there. Those are triangular. You look on the end, it's the triangle, and then it looks kind of like a tent. The pentagonal prism is like home plate. It's got 5, pentagon is 5, and it's got space to fill up. And the hexagonal, it's a hexagon. And but they're there. And penny, nickel, dime, penny, nickel, dime, quarter. I don't want to move the camera. So this will be coming in the mail. Probably I'll start stuffing the envelopes tonight or tomorrow. These are all made. I glued them all on there for you, so they're already made. I didn't want to send them and have you have to organize them and have questions. And then I stapled the empty ones on the back. I might reinforce this with some packing tape. They're not going to hurt their fingers, but I don't want it to come undone. So that will be a resource for you. Now, I'm going to explain the math mats quickly. Now, this one, parents, we haven't had a math mat of before. When I snuck in, I made copies. They were using them on paper pencil, and they would send home. So this one I will go over first. We did it all second trimester on the marker board, so they know. Excuse me, I got a marker. So this is where you make up a number story. And it would be something to the effect. And I didn't get crazy with writing the words. It would just be something like J.W. had 4 marbles. Then Walter gave 3 more. How many marbles does Jacob have now? So this is the part for them to draw their picture. So I would repeat the sentence, and we would go together. Okay, how many did he start with? What is our first starting amount? That is the first addend in an addition equation, which is addend plus addend equals sum. They know that language. They will know exactly what you're talking about. So the first addend is how many did they start with? They started with 4. And with math, it doesn't matter if we're talking about marbles, bumblebees, cars, birds, dragons, everything is a circle. It's our math circles. We just do circles so they don't get lost in drawing the details and forgetting about the math. So JW had 4 marbles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Always go back and count and make sure your child 1-to-1 correspondence means they're touching each one, saying one number. 2, 3, 4. Sometimes kids, their voice is slower, but their finger goes faster like this. 1, 2, 3. So they count, or their voice goes faster and their finger goes slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so their counting is off. If your child, I don't think many that are there, but some kids still need help. So make sure they're counting 1, 2, 3, 4. And boys and girls, if you're there with moms and dads, what do we do with our first addend, our starting amount? They should all be saying, circle it. Yes, circle it. That's just a brain tip that I do to help them remember once they get all the dots. Oh, wait a minute. What was my starting amount and how many were added to that? It's just a visual. Say, oh, yeah, these are circled. That's my starting amount. Okay, so 4. Check. So then Walter gave JW 3 more. So then we go 1, 2, 3. And now, how many marbles does JW have all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. JW has 7 marbles. And some kids will go 4, 5, 6, 7. Some kids will be able to do it right in their head just from reading it, 4 or 7, and they'll be able to tell you. Different kids, different levels, so wherever your child is, that's how you guide them. Okay, so math is being able to now, with Common Core, being able to show many, many different ways of knowing how to prove your answer. So also, this was where we started with was fingers. So we do 4 fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, check. Walter gave him 3 more. Again, we do it differently. It doesn't matter which 3 they do. It does not matter. Some like to do, that doesn't matter as long as they do 3. But now we circle the fingertips so they look different. So they know this was our first amount, 4, and 3 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7. 7 marbles. Okay, this is a tens frame. Have to start in a tens frame. You have to start filling from the first one, just like we read from left to right, hop over left to right. So we started with 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, check. And oops, I forgot to go back and check the 3. And he got 3 more. Now we can't start here until we fill this up. 1. And remember, hop back over. We can't go here. That's 10. This is a way to organize 5 and 5. So 1, 2, 3. Notice the dots are different. I don't care if they start with open circles first and closed circles second. I don't care if they use different colors, as long as they're able to look back and answer the question. So what was your first addend? What was our starting amount? 4. Because if they do all the same, they might forget. Okay, so now, how many did JW start with? He started with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many did Walter give him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they all know how to do this. A few will need a little more help than others, but most, 95% of the class can do this pretty much on their own. Now, this is their brain. This is counting on. So how many did JW start with? He started with 4. 4. So they put 4 in their brain, and I have them do a fist, and I have them put it up against their forehead. Whoa, my little thing just fell. I am getting a little phone projector stand thanks to Isaiah's mom. She turned me on to one. I ordered it. So until that comes, sorry, you're stuck with this. Sorry, I dropped you. Let me see. Here we go. So they put their fist against their forehead and they say 4, and then how many more do we need to count on? 3. 1, 2, 3. So we take our forehead, our fist, and we go 4 to our brains. 4, 5, 6, 7. And we do 5, 6, 7. So 4 and 3 is 7. Now tally's hard unless you have different colors, but I just let them do it all of 7. So 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 more, 5, 6, 7. That one's hard, but they can do it. Now this is the addition equation. So what was our starting at end? We started with JW had 4. Now, what operation are we doing? Are we doing addition or subtraction? They won't be doing division or multiplication until maybe 2nd, 3rd grade. So the operation is we are adding more. Anytime your sum, your ending amount is more, it's addition. How many more did he get? He got 3. And I taught them how to make the equal sign because they look like bunk beds, but they know that it's the equal sign. 4 plus 3 more equals 7. And this is where all of this comes, doing all of this up here to be able to write this. Now, number lines, they should be able to do this no problem. So we start on what was the first amount? JW had 4 marbles. So we go straight to the 4. And we circle it. Now, how many more marbles did Walter give Jacob? Walter gave him 3 more, so we do 3 hops. So we do 1, 2, 3, and then we go X marks the spot, 7. So that is how you use this math map. If you're doing subtraction, you can skip this one and this one and this one. It's really kind of hard. And it would be, well, I'll do a quick subtraction one for you so you can see. All right, put some muscle into it. All right, so Yannetti had 6 bows for her hair. She gave Brooklyn 4 bows. How many bows does Yannetti have left? So now, same thing. What was her starting amount? Her starting amount was 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many did she give Brooklyn? 4. So she's going to cross off 4. I really don't care which 4, but I always do the last 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many bows are left? 2. Okay. Yannetti had 6 bows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many did she give Brooklyn? She gave Brooklyn 2. 1, 2. Sorry. She gave Brooklyn 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that gets kind of sloppy. So, where it's an eraser and not just pencil, 3, 4, 5, 6, she gave Brooklyn 4. So you can take your little, we usually have puff balls, but your little, I'm using a paper towel. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can simply erase 4. How many bows does Yannetti have left? She has 2. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have to start erasing from the highest number on the tens frame. So how many bows did Yannetti give Brooklyn? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 left. Okay, so these are kind of hard with this. We usually do that 3rd trimester, so we skip them, and I skip that, and so that's okay for you too. So you have all the information you need right here. We started with 6. Now, is our ending amount more than what she started out with or less than? And the children should be saying less than, smaller. So our operation sign is subtraction, take away. How many did she give to Brooklyn? She gave 4 to Brooklyn, equals. And here it is, 6 take away 4 is 2. 6 take away 4 is 2. 6 take away 4 is 2 equals 2. Now the same thing here with the number line going backwards. What's our starting amount? We started with 6. Circle it. Now we're going to hop backwards. So we circle the 6. How many hops? 4, because she gave Brooklyn 4 of the bows. 1, 2, 3, 4. X marks the spot. 6 take away 4 equals 2. Okay. Now you can do this. This one's not that hard. It's just, you could do it in their brain. It's just hard to do visually here. So they can put 6 in their brain, 6, and then count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2. It's just hard to do it with writing that there. Okay, so that is this math map. Okay, so you can do as many stories as you want each day. Have the student make up the story and have you do this and have them correct your work and process that way if they need a challenge. This is just tracing numbers to 100. If your child has difficulty, have them stop at 20 or 30. Most of our kids will go all the way to 100, and it's just rote and counting and writing. So that's just something I feel that's basic. So there's that one. Now, this is our Alley Alligator map. It is, I don't know why this is not showing all. There we go. Okay. So I just put the left and the right to help with left and right, I guess. So that way we were all writing our equals, greater than, and less than sign. So we have, this is where you put a number. We put the number, I can't remember. I don't know why those are there. For some reason, I'm having a brain fog moment. All right, so you come up with any number, and we usually go between 1 and 20. So I could say 17, and I could say 9. And you simply just compare 17 and 9. Alley Alligator will only open up to the more amount, the larger amount. So they all know how to do this way. Some are still making number 7s, but it's okay. And we read it, 17 is greater than 9 is how we do that. So then now we can do, say we'll do 4 and 12. Okay, if you need to count out pennies, to count them, however your child needs to be able to tell that there's more. Right now, most of us can just look at the number and know this is one group of 10 and 2 more. So 4 is less than 12 because the comparison sign is going to open up to the larger amount. 4 is less than 12. And then they also know that if I do, say, 8 and 8, those are equal. Those are equal. So, perfect. So that's simple on that one. Have fun. If your kid can do numbers up into the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, I have many that can, then please do. This is a subtraction map. It's just because it was winter and it was hot and fun, and I would say something like Indiana had 6 marshmallows. 6 is our starting amount. 5 of them melted, so melt away. 2, 3, 4, 5. Some kids like to do that. Some kids like to do melting them away, but we have to write down first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 melted. Now have them take away the 5 equals 1. Okay, so that's simple. That one is simple. This one, more than one way to show a number bond. This is a number bond. number bond, part, whole. So you would put the same number here, 7 and 7. And I would say put your 7, do your dots, and write your equation. And they're all able to do that. I'm going to put this up a little. I'm sorry that hopefully my little camera will come quicker than not. So 7. So they just simply go however they want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put 7 dots between the two parts. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. We're adding plus 3 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Now the dots have to match whatever's in the hole. Now, one way that we do 2 different ways is with mental math. And it goes like this. Because I know that 4 plus 3 is 7, I also know that 3 plus 4 is 7. And we go 4 and 3. Oh, what are we going to do with the add-ins? We're going to switch them. Bloop. Now it's 3 and 4. So that is another way to doing it. And it does count for 2 different ways. 3 plus 4 equals 7. Now, if this is what your child is doing, awesome. Awesome, awesome. I am guiding them to show me another way, not using the 4 and the 3 and just switching. So that would be, they could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they can write 1 plus 6 equals 7. They could do that. They could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 plus 1 equals 7. They can do zeros. A 0 is an addend. So nothing, if Ezekiel had no M&Ms, but then his friend Bradley gave him 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, he still has 7 M&Ms. So 0 plus 7, thank you, Bradley, equals 7. So finding different ways that are not just the simple addend switch is what we want for that. So, and we want them to be able to do from 0 through 5 by the end of the year in their heads without needing this. Being able to say 2 plus 3 is 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. 4 plus 1 is 5. 1 plus 4 is 5 without any help. Now to 10, they can use manipulatives and mats. So from 6 to 10, being able to do 2 different ways to show the same number. So that's what you do with this mat for practice. And then this one is our teen numbers. So this is, and I'll show you how to, let me get this under here so I can, hopefully I don't drop it again. Can get that sentence. Yay. Okay, so we can see this down here. So this is, you can use manipulatives, you can use pennies, you can use beans, whatever you want, but you want 10. You want 10 here. 10, because in kindergarten, the teen numbers, the way we teach it is always 10 and how many more? 10 and 1 more is 10. Here's your one whole group of 10 plus 1 equals, so the 1 from the one group of 10 moves over here and 1 more. That's how you build 11. So erase this. You don't have to erase that. 10 and 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So your one group of 10 comes here plus 4 more equals 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. And most of the kids are able to do this all on their own. What I did was I made flashcards, and you could just use them with paper cut up, and I would put the number 17 on the front, and on the back it would have 10 plus 7 equals 17. Sorry, that doesn't quite fit, but then when they do all this, they can flip it over and see if their addition equation is correct. Now, there are some kids who are ready, and we just, Mr. Aldsberry is a huge component of, you know, only going into the grade level above us when they are completely, what's the word I'm looking for? Completely accurate with kindergarten standards. Now, some of them are ready to do, say, 8 and 6. So you would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But see, the 6, we can't fill this yet. We need to finish. Start up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 8 and 6 equals 14. But that's a first grade thing. It's not a kindergarten thing. But there are some kids that are ready. And you'll know if your child is ready or not. Don't push them. Make sure that they could tell you 10 and 6 is 16 without doing this. 10 and how many more? 10 and 5 more is 15. Doing that 2 groups of 10 is 20. That's where we stop. We want them to be able to do it without needing this. So those are the math mats. They have these 2 mats right now. I do need to stuff the rest of these and put them in. Some of you had pictures in my mailbox, so I will stick those in the envelope and send those if your child took spring pictures. And these should be coming in the mail. I will use the address in Illuminate if that's not the best address. Dojo Me, the better address. I don't think I've had only one student move, so I'll text that mommy. I miss you. I hope you're enjoying these videos. Just a little disclosure, my team said that on the surveys that some of the parents, I don't know if it was our class or other classes, that they weren't really wanting the videos, the YouTube videos, that they prefer worksheets and such. I gave you all of the books. That should give them plenty of worksheets to do. I'm going to keep doing the videos because I want to be a part of their every day, even if it's just to hear my voice. And as soon as I get my stand, they'll see me more. I just can't get this to, see, I can go, hello, to move without dropping it. So as soon as that comes, they'll be able to see me more. And send me your writing from yesterday. I wish you more. I want to see what you wrote and your artwork. When I see yours, I'll show you mine. All right. I love you guys. And don't forget, make sure this snaps so it's closed. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Team Ironside rocks. Don't forget the tab. All right, guys. Love you.